Alright, tonight we're here with Short Fuze, gonna be interviewing a couple questions here.
What's up?
In case anybody was wondering, you couldn't tell us is Grey Goose. How you doing tonight, sir?
Chilling.
Chilling. Like a villain?
Yeah.
Alright, Short Fuze of W.a.s.t.e.l.a.n.d.s. Tell me, what's the origin of that name? And has it changed over time at all?
A little bit. I got the name back when I first started rhyming. When I was younger, I was a little shorter. That's hence the short part of the fuse. Got it from battling because I used to have a real short temper too. In my early days of battling, I got into a few fights here and there.
Ever shank anybody?
No, I came close once though actually, and I've almost been stabbed myself, so it's not good times.
Did you ever get shot?
No. That is a rumor. People like to believe that I've been shot, but I have not.
I hear it's a rumor that you yourself have propried a couple of times.
Yeah, because it's fun.
Have you guys changed the band's name at all? Ever?
No.
What does W.a.s.t.e.l.A.N.d stand for?
It stands for Wisdom Activates Serenity Throughout Entities, Living Allahs, Nurturing Divine Science.
Okay, I'll try to remember that one. Alright, well what genre of music do you consider your work to be?
Hip-hop. I mean, people like to label it and say it's, you know, alternative. Some call it, it's been called dark mood music before.
I can see that.
It's been labeled lyricism. Our old buddy NASA likes to call our form of hip-hop progressive hip-hop, which is like more forward-thinking hip-hop.
Okay.
But, you know, our music has always been rooted in like, you know, the b-boy aesthetic and, you know, lyrics and dope beats. I feel like with each release we've progressed as time has went on, as we were discussing earlier. So
absolutely. Who have been your major influences, in particular in this next album? What have been some major influences for you?
Well, early on it was a lot of people that I, you know, grew up listening to, like, you know, Wu-Tang, NWA, KRS-One, Public Enemy, Rakim, you know, the usual hip-hop suspects. But as I've grown in music and grown as an artist and as a musician, I've become more influenced by people that, you know, I'm cool with and I'm associated with. So people like NASA, people in my group like Augury and Danku, and then people that I've met recently like, you know, Willie Green and stuff like that. Those people have influenced me more because I'm more closely associated and tied to them.
Yeah.
And you know, they're on the same type of stuff that I'm on. So you draw influences from those people and you build off their energy and their feedback, and as well as like, you know, friends and people that are tied to like what you do. Like I take your feedback, you know, to heart, and you know, criticisms and stuff like that, because it makes you better. Because you're not listening to yes men, you're listening to people that actually have your better interest
right
in view and actually care about what you're doing, like as a person as well as like an artist.
Right, which then will make you improve and not keep churning out the same shit every time.
Right, exactly.
Now, would you say that you're down with OPP?
No.
No?
No. I mean, there's a time when you're younger, you know, you see some OPP at, you know, a club or whatever, but and you're like, yeah, you know, I might, but I've known people that have walked that route before, and it just never ends up good. Never ends up good.
How long have you been with the crew from W.a.s.t.e.l.A.N.d.s? How'd you guys meet?
I've been with W.a.s.t.e.l.A.N.d.s for 10 years. Actually, this year is the 10th anniversary, so we got some cool stuff planned for the end of the year as far as to celebrate that. I met Augury while I was working at a mall, because he used to work at Sam Goody, and back in the day I used to go into Sam Goody and just dump my whole paycheck on like tapes and CDs.
When they used to put music out on actual media.
Yeah. So met him through that, and then we went to the same college for a bit, and then when he went to Carthage in Wisconsin, he met Danku there, who was working on some demo material at the time. And truth be told, when me and Augury started as a group, I had this other dude who ironically was a white dude, because back when I first put this group together it was like a huge deal to be white and rap, but you know, he ran into some personal issues and some drug problems unfortunately, so he really couldn't like wasn't really in the right mindset to make music. And so for a little while it was me and Augury making music, and then one day he brought Danku to the studio with us to record a song that they had wrote. And you know, at the time, like, I was like, yeah, this dude's dope, but I really don't know what the fuck he's talking about, and I've told him this. So then, you know, after that he started coming to sessions with us, and then, you know, we were, you know, recorded songs together here and there, and then I was like, oh man, this shit is dope. Let's be a group. So that's how that came about.
Would you say you guys feed off each other?
Absolutely. Again, as we were discussing earlier, I think like Danku's kind of the catalyst as far as the energy, and then Augury is like the middle ground between me and him, because
definitely,
you know, sometimes if you leave just me and Danku, the music got kind of go to the left. Augury kind of just brings us back to the center where it's not as weird. So I think it's real cool that we have really good chemistry, you know, especially during our shows, because there's times where, like, you know, I might drop a line in a verse and they'll be there to pick me up, or, you know, vice versa. So especially during freestyle, you know, freestyle systems and stuff like that, we really feed off each other's side, definitely.
Where have you performed? What have been your favorite and least favorite venues?
Ooh, good question. Obvious choice for my favorite place is a place called Southpaw in New York. The energy's always been good the last couple of years when we've performed there. You know, that's one of the few places where we can go. We don't get the alien face where people are like, you know, these dudes are dope, but we really don't know what the fuck they're talking about. My least favorite place over the years, probably, shit, man, that's a good question. I'm trying to see. This is probably is an early show. It doesn't really have to do with the venue itself, because the venue itself was dope, but I think my least favorite show performance that we ever done was this place that we did in Wheaton, and like, the venue was real dope, but the show was terrible. Like, our energy was off that night, and like, these dudes that we were beefing with that were there that night, so that just fucked up the whole shit, and that was probably the worst show we've ever done. So thank goodness there's no video of that.
How would you describe your last show?
This last show was real dope, man. It was real good energy. People enjoyed themselves.
Absolutely.
Sold some CDs, which is always a good thing. The overall energy was great. People enjoyed it. The end of the night probably was the best. Got some real good feedback, some videos from online, especially one in particular. Shout out to Mr. Music. You know, we just, you know, had people join the mailing list just off that show, and we're going to be looking forward to doing that spot again.
I would say out of the couple shows that I've been to, that was one of your guys' best. Very good energy that night.
I appreciate it.
And it was my birthday, so of course you know it was good. And do you have any upcoming shows that we should know about?
Hopefully next month we'll be doing the same spot again. New Ghost. I just got to work out dates. I got a couple other things in the works, but you know, shit's either gonna fall through or work out. But I never like to put anything on the table until I really know what's up, because I've promoted shows before that I didn't really have concrete dates on, and then I wind up looking like an idiot when they don't pan out. So I try not to promo things that I know that don't have concrete dates on. But we are definitely rocking the New Ghost again, just not sure when yet. It's gonna be soon.
Well, keep us posted on the newsletter, the show. Where would you say your ideas come from? What about this new album? What have been some inspirations?
You know, it sounds cliche, but I'd say, you know, personal experiences. You know, not only my own, but, you know, experiences that other people have shared with me that didn't really maybe necessarily have the ability or the voice to, like, voice those opinions or stories. You know, definitely personal experience. Early on, like when I first started making music, it was more about like punchlines. You know, you could say the dopest, you know, cleverest thing. And you know, that element's still in my music, but I think more so now that I'm, you know, older, you know, in my 30s. It sounds weird to say that, but you know, it's reality. You can't keep making music like that. You gotta, you know, make something that has meaning.
You gotta grow up eventually.
Exactly. You know, when you're too old to rap and the young kids look at you as an old man, you gotta leave them something to build on.
Now, you've told us where your ideas come from. Where do babies come from?
Storks.
Storks?
Broken condoms.
You heard it from Fuze. Babies come from storks.
Yeah, I mean that's how it was told to me. Is it?
Storks come to the hood?
Apparently, I got their find. I mean, is that accurate? Storks? You guys have any feedback?